Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and here we talk about food photography. If that's something you're interested in, I'd encourage you to subscribe and follow along for more tips and tricks and gear reviews, and maybe even a recipe or two. Today, we're going to talk about a magazine shoot that I did in my home studio. I hope you stick around for that. So I've been shooting for Craft Beer and Brewing Magazine for a couple of years. It's a fun, easy gig. They're based here out of Colorado, up north in Fort Collins, and it's a great magazine for anybody who's interested in craft beer and the process that goes into making craft beer, stories behind the brewers, and things like that. So in the magazine, there's a section they dedicate to pairing with food and cooking with beer. So that's what I've been working on with them. It's been, I want to say 6-7 years I've been doing this for them, and it's a lot of fun for me. It keeps me busy with the camera, it lets me work with food still, and I get a lot of joy out of it. So the way the format works is I create 3 recipes for them, and then I take photos of those recipes and provide them for the magazine. We're going to talk about, or I'm going to show you the kind of the setup for the recipes I did this time. I just shot it this last week, and I'll show you the setup for that, and you get to see the final edits of some of the photos that we did. Now I can't show you the final original photos I'm sending to the magazine, but there are some outtakes you'll be able to see. So for this issue, the focus was wheat beers, rye, and barley wine. For the dishes that I came up with, I did a roast jalapeno buffalo patty melt. Then we did a curried yogurt marinated shrimp skewer with cilantro rice, and the final dish was a bread pudding French toast paired with the barley wine. Once I get the recipes completed, that's when I head down to the studio and get set up there for the photos. Here, I've already started putting the props together for the patty melt. I'm only using a single large softbox with a continuous light and a couple of reflectors. One is a homemade foam core board that I've wrapped in aluminum foil, which you've seen before if you follow the channel. I also used a small mirror to redirect some of the light to the front without losing any texture. I'm using my favorite lens for this shot, the 105mm 2.8. I like to shoot tethered wirelessly, which gives me the freedom to move around. Nikon SnapRes app works perfectly on my iPad to let me see what the camera is seeing, plus I can change any points of the exposure triangle as needed, and also adjust my focus points. So one of the requirements for shooting for Craft Beer and Brewing Magazine is having a glass of beer in the photo. Usually it's the beer that represents the largest challenge when taking these photos, although there are some tips and tricks you can do to keep the head on the foamy head on the beer, such as a touch of salt in the bottom of the glass. But that is always the challenge, and I do go through several bottles when I'm usually taking 1 or 2 photos. So here's the first photo of that buffalo patty melt. For the second photo of the shrimp skewers, I'm going to do a flat lay, which means you need to change the lenses from the 105mm to the 2470mm f4. This will allow me to keep the camera closer to the flat lay, to the image, so I don't have to put it up quite so high. Again, you can see how shooting with this setup would be difficult if I had to, work through looking through the camera viewfinder. I can always just set up on the floor, but that's definitely a lot less comfortable on my knees. So again, shooting tetherless wirelessly helps me here. I want to make sure the light is close enough to give me a soft shadow in this setup, and I want it coming directly from the side. Not for any particular reason, except I just like the way it looks on this photo. Once I have the layout I like, I'll start to add the food as we go, and I'll be tweaking from shot to shot, making sure that I have the setup that I want. And here's what I end up getting for that shrimp skewer shot. And though you didn't get to see the setup for the bread pudding French toast, here's that photo as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. That definitely helps the channel. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.